Okay, so here is my long hair. I'm gonna take it out of the braid. Joshua Tree is closed right now, but you could buy my cat shirt on Zazzle. I will add it later. It has an illustration of Stripey Cat and a Joshua Tree. Because we're all about Joshua Tree here. Southern California, long hair, and a cat shirt. Why not? It's so neat. I love cats and I love long hair. I love kitty cats and I love long hair. I have to say, a couple days after using Aleafia conditioner, oh my gosh, yes, buddy, and yes, buddy. This is amazing. Plus, I didn't realize it had this minty scent to it. This is the best one I've ever used. I'm gonna have to get their shampoo too. It's great stuff. My kitty cat's doing good. Irina the kitty? Oh no, it's gold. This is pure gold in Southern California. Good luck finding any toilet paper because now it's fraction and nobody can find it and everybody goes crazy. My cat's good. The toilet paper situation, not so good. I bought Kleenexes. This is the first time in my life I've ever seen supermarkets cleaned out, but guess what? There's lots of produce. You can buy all the pineapples you want. Oh, I better not say that because the next thing it'll disappear. Oh yeah, no airplanes in the sky. The sky is cerulean blue. The clouds are amazing. It's so weird. First time in my life, there are no airplanes in our sky. The sky is devoid of airplanes due to lockdown. You can hear the birds sing. The air quality is probably the best I've ever experienced in my entire life. You can actually see. I bet you if you're in the mountains, you could see Catalina Island because when you're up in the mountains, I should ask somebody up in the mountains, up in the San Bernardino Mountains, But there's a part of the San Bernardino Mountains where you can see the ocean. I've actually taken pictures of it before, where on a really clear day, you can see part of the Pacific Ocean from the San Bernardino Mountains, because I'm about 67 miles inland from the ocean. That's why they call it the Inland Empire. But anyway, life was kind of scary the first 2 weeks of this. Well, lockdown didn't start until last Thursday, but it feels like it's been a lifetime. Like, we're on lockdown. There are options. If you're an essential worker, you can work. Grocery stores are essential workers, and restaurants are really suffering right now. I feel so bad. Like, a lot of people, and some people didn't get this the other day. I'm really worried, a lot of people, because so many people in our country, especially here in California, which is 1/8 of the population, they live paycheck to paycheck. So I get it, they're trying to flatten the curve, but there's gonna be some economic calamity coming in the homeless people. Like, nobody really cares about them, but a lot of them they're just not getting food and things. But I think more people are getting a little stir crazy, because the recommendation was you can go outside as long as you keep 6 feet apart. But I'm not gonna go too much into it, because everybody's like a doctor now, and everybody's like an expert, and you can't really talk to people because people have gotten judgmental to the bits about this issue, like, too much. I definitely think that if you're worried about, like, the COVID-19 issue, you should work from home and you should just isolate yourself and never go outside. But in a free society, it's really hard for us to swallow that there might be these directives saying that people can't go outside, that they can't assemble. And I had to think last night, like, why was that bothering me? Even though it's a health recommendation, it's because it's freedom of assembly, and you're telling people that they can't get together at all. And that bothers some people. But, people that they're like, well, it's for the greater good of health. But then the question is, most of the health experts are saying like 2 weeks, okay? I could see if Gavin Newsom said this is a 3-week period, and he gave a time frame, but he hasn't given a time frame. He says until further notice. And that's really frazzling people, especially when you tell people, well, you might not have food to eat, and this is the thing, all the people are like, well, everybody should stay home. I've been trying to explain to people, there's a lot of homeless people, they have no home to go to. Where are they going to shelter in place? And these people who come April 1st, they might not be able to make their rent or home payment. And people still are getting evicted. I mean, I don't know how this is going to play out in California, but in the next week or so, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some evictions over people that weren't able to pay their rent. So I hope it doesn't come to that, but that's why a lot of people are freaking out right now, because they're like, well, if I don't have a place to shelter in place, then what are you going to make people homeless on the street? It's just like this policy, they did it wrong. Gavin Newsom should be ashamed of himself, because I think he should have said, I'm going to send out a $2,000 check to everybody if I'm going to do this. That's what I think. Like, he should have had that on the table, that I'm going to have some, it may not have been to cover everything, but some sort of aid. Every state that did this should have sent a check to all their citizens if they were going to tell them that they couldn't work from home, that they couldn't perform their duties outside the house. Like, they did it wrong. They should have had services set up and geared up for the homeless, because right now it's the community doing it, not the state, because people are just so worried. Like, I get it, your health is important, but like, when you try to explain to people that losing your business, your whole livelihood, some people, that could cause mental anguish. There's going to be a lot of, I think, mental health repercussions, and people just don't care about these things. They're just like, thank you. They're just like, well, this is good policy. But the people who say that a lot, in my previous videos, I kind of delineated, they have a job that they can do from home. Like, they're kind of in a place of luxury. And somebody actually deleted me on Facebook on Sunday because I said that, but it's true because I see the people who work at the grocery stores. I see the people who work in the essential services. They don't have that option, and even if your job has been discontinued, you probably might face eviction or extreme. It's just really hard. You people that were barely scraping by in California right now, and now they can't make a dime. You have a depression on your hands if you don't get this in your hands. So Gavin, get your act together. Send out that $2,000 check to everybody. Make it happen. I don't care. You need to They did it wrong. They did it absolutely wrong. Everything they did was wrong. And I'm going to say it on the point. If you're going to shut down a state, you should have had financial support for everybody before you did it. You did it the wrong way. You absolutely did it the wrong way. Because there's no... They say, well, the Fed's going to do something. Well, let the state do something. They tax us to the bits. Do you know how much sales tax we pay in the state? Cancel sales tax, Gavin. Do something for our people. Do something for our state. Do an amnesty program. Get rid of the sales tax for a year. Take it away. Take away the income tax. Take away all the state taxes and take that money and put it into a check for people that you told not to work for who knows how long. Be a stronger cookie. Be a better person. They don't care about the people right now. And if they are mad because some people might not be following this order, it's because the state... And look, I'm not pro sending out this money, but the thing is, businesses are what drive our economy. The government won't have any money without business. They get it from tax revenue. They're not they create jobs, but who do you think gives them the money, the resources to do those things? I know some people think, well, the government exists because, well, the government represents us. We are in representative governments in the UK, in the US, in France, where they're doing all these draconian things. They are not dictators. They need to, and I question the constitutionality of what some of the governors are doing. And yes, if you're going to look at the different constitutions, the laws in different countries, it's unprecedented, and they can use pandemic as an excuse, but they didn't send out that money to help people first. So you're liars. You should have sent out money first if you were going to tell people they couldn't work. You did it wrong. You didn't care about anybody. That's the bottom line. You just don't care. So if people don't really follow your rules to the T, it's because, well, you took away their livelihood. What do you want from them? Because I think there's so much wrong in this, and I would not vote for Gavin Newsom again. He did it so wrong. He has 3 more years in office. I would definitely not vote for him or any politician that did this kind of thing to people. Because you can say this is for health reasons, but you should have had a plan. First off, he announced it Thursday night at 9:30 at night or 8:30 when people were not during the day on a Thursday night going into a Friday. Hello, confusion. The whole thing was just so messed up, how they did it. And then they didn't have any kind of economic relief. They just said, well, help is on the way. There's no help from the federal or state government right now. And, yeah, go ahead and, if you want to... This is the thing right now. So many people are well, the government told us to do this. They care about us. Well, you can say that, but for people that are going to lose their businesses or homeless people that look pretty bad right now, yeah, I don't know. There were more people out yesterday, but they can't panhandle anymore because I'm not saying panhandling is correct, but let's be honest here. There are segments of society that are going to get hurt, even though they're well, this is for the greater good, but there's a lot of people that will be hurt. They don't care. They just don't care. Or they would have done it differently. Look, if they had done it the right way, then maybe I wouldn't criticize them, but it's because of the way they did it. And I'm not even about bailouts, but in this case I feel differently because if businesses are what drive you, because small businesses drive the economy, and if you tell them they can't work, then yes, they need to be compensated. They need their money back. So you're essentially just giving them back their money, because we pay crazy amounts of sales tax in the state. Give them back their money that they paid before. Compensate them in some way. It probably won't make up all of it. A lot of restaurants, I hate to say it, and this is the racist part of it all, I feel really bad for like the Chinese restaurants and the Japanese restaurants. People are discriminating against them. They're not going to Asian restaurants, and some people will probably be out of business because the takeaway, you're not hearing a lot of takeaway from like Thai or Japanese or Chinese places, like even in our city, just because of what they said about how this was an Asian disease and an Asian pandemic, like the racism of it. There's actually a list on Wikipedia about COVID-19 discrimination and racism, and people are using social distancing and all these things to somehow like validate certain behaviors. And you know that they are, but nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to say, hey, we made a bad policy. We didn't think this through. They could have thought it through. They have experts, because if they want to make a better policy, like, okay, let's put it this way. If they want to raise their salary in the state legislature or in Congress, boy, they can figure that out pretty fast, right? Like, when they passed the amendment to raise their salary back in 1990, they really got together and they figured that out. And they have really good health care and they have everything that they want. But all these businesses who employ the people are being told they can't work and they're not making any money. So that's why people are mad. If you can't figure it out, you have no heart. That's why I was down the other day, but you know what? They're the ones that made the bad policy. They're the ones that don't care about the American people. They're the ones that will have to think about that at night, not us. So that's what I say. But that's my take on it. Hi, how you doing? I say just tell everybody. Like, if you're in a state or a country where they're doing this, call your congressmen today. Like, I don't know if you can get them on the phone. They're all social distancing in their nice houses, so you're gonna be able to get them on the phone. I don't know. Start calling somebody, all of you. Like, say, hey, so you made this policy. Where's my check? Like, tell everybody to do it. I think if everybody just that was sitting at home started bothering their state representatives and their congressmen and started saying, hey, I would love to see that. Like, I might not have time to do it, but you guys definitely should if you want. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just giving people ideas. I'm not saying I have to do it. Like, somebody told me, well, you should do the suggestion. I'm just thinking of ideas because I like to give people ideas if they want to do it. I'm not like one of these channels like, oh my God, I want to do this because I don't know. I like to think about ideas, so I don't. And you know what? I bought food for homeless people, so whatever, you clompers. You can just, like, I actually bought food for homeless people. Did you guys do that? And I don't have to film it either because that would be disrespectful to homeless people. Like, I'm not going to put them on camera and film them, but yeah, that's what I did. What did you do? Just saying. Anyway, thanks for watching.